since I become the head coach here, I've thought about being a Super Bowl champion. That's where my vision is. That's where my dreams are, my expectations are for us.
The last couple of plays. Tua moves up, launching it deep, and incomplete. James down there, flag thrown. Two flags thrown inside the 25.
That just doesn't make any sense, Kevin.
For Miami.
Watch the play to Jackson. He just shoves him in the back
and
goes for the ball.
Pass interference. Defense number 27.
That's J.C. Jackson.
It just doesn't make sense, Kevin.
Turn to Valoa. Hunt the block. Tua on the move. Going deep. Speed race. He's got Hill. He's got Hill. He beat James. Oma is in the backfield. And they go to the end zone and caught. Hill. Touchdown. Touchdown. The Dolphins have recaptured the win. An incredible game.
Phenomenal win for the Miami Dolphins. Great way to start this season.
What's going on, guys? Vegas here, and today we're going to be kind of reacting to the Dolphins and Chargers game. And the reason I want to react to this game is mainly because I actually put money on this game, because I honestly thought the Chargers could win this game. I thought it was a clear mismatch, mainly because on the line, because the Dolphins lost their right tackle. They don't have their right starting tackle. And I kind of thought, Chargers having Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa and actually having one of the most expensive defenses in the league could actually do something to Tua. But nope. Based off of the numbers, Tua, the whole Miami Dolphins had 538 total offense, and Tyreek Hill having over 200 receiving yards. And also the defense, that this so-called expensive defense that the Chargers have, didn't get to Tua not one time. So I just want to take this time to kind of figure out what are the Chargers like. I have no idea what their identity is. I have no idea if they're actually a good team, because every single year, because I kind of like to look at the NFL and kind of assess the field of who's supposed to be in the playoffs, who's supposed to be trash this year, and kind of go based off of my picks there, because I like to bet on the NFL, and I like to go based off of who's actually trying to get somewhere this year. And I would believe, and I know both the Dolphins and the Chargers are trying to get something, because they were both in the playoffs last year. But I understand that both teams actually think they have a chance of winning the Super Bowl because of the quarterbacks that they have. So you kind of think that, hey, I have a franchise quarterback. I also have a very expensive defense who, by the way, Brandon Staley, he needs to be fired. I don't know why Charger fans kind of look at him or like him as some sort of good coach, but I'm sorry, but if you're going to be a defensive coordinator and allow this much offense again and again and again and again, and I looked at this game, there was just so many times where third and long situations and continued situations where the Dolphins could have just gotten off the field. But again, Tua, and I'm not saying Tua's not a good quarterback, he's a really good quarterback, but it's just, you need one stop, and the Chargers can't get that one stop. And plays like this, like Tyreek Hill just running all over the Chargers secondary, who I think, by the way, this Chargers secondary is very, very overrated. J.C. Jackson, and for some odd reason, J.C. Jackson is probably the worst. I don't know what the Chargers were thinking, and this is what I mean when I say the Chargers coaching and Brandon Staley needs to get fired for what they're trying to do. Especially with J.C. Jackson. The man had a season-ending injury, and they decided to, the very next time he's healthy, to put him 1-1 against Tyreek Hill. And they thought he could just keep up with him. What is this? Tyreek Hill is probably the in my opinion, the best wide receiver ever in the league. He outruns everybody. He's the fastest player in the league. No corner can stick with him. And the fact that you're just one-on-one all the time, and if you're going to one-on-one, if you're going to leave him one-on-one, you would think that the line that you're putting resources somewhere else on the field. But it doesn't seem like that. You're not getting to Tua. You're not stopping Hill. So what are you doing? What are the players that you have out there actually doing? And this is a question that Charger fans or even Brandon Staley needs to figure out, because you can't have two players. It's one thing if like you have Pat Mahomes and he's dotting it up to all of his different receivers. They have a good run game, but it's just one thing. It's not like the Dolphins just ran the ball on them. They had Tua, Tyreek Hill, and some Waddle. That's literally, I honestly could just say Tua and Hill, because those two were the only people just dotting up the Chargers. And when Tua needed a big play, he went to Tyreek Hill just like that. And honestly, like, this is just a disgrace for Chargers, and Chargers fans should be asking questions. They should be and I know the season's not over, but they need to start asking themselves, what are we doing? Ultimately, games like this highlight like that the Chargers will never be a Super Bowl contending team as long as they have these issues. Like, you can be a good team, but are you a Super Bowl contending team? That's a whole different question. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch y'all later.